We are here at the Shinnecock Tribe Powwow. We've been here, earlier, and we're here now having a good time. And we're here with Chief Reggie. It's a pleasure to meet you, Chief. How are you?
Great to meet you. Gwingalo.
Nice.
I'm Chief Reggie I'm chief of the Turkey Clan of the Shinnecock Tribe of Long Island.
Okay.
So we're the opposite end of Long Island from actually Newtown Creek out to Smithtown. That's our territory. And we're Algonquin. We're all cousins.
Nice. That's great. So just being here at the powwow, seeing, the tribe and all the beautiful garment and everything, what is it that really has you coming back every year, coming back to the powwow?
Oh, boy, a lot of things. Well, getting to connect with the cousins and all the relatives again, getting to see the elders, and also to let the people know that we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
We're still practicing our tradition. Hey, speaking of cousins, still practicing our ceremonies, still practicing our traditions, and the connection that we do have. We realize that we are, cousins and brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that's great, man. Even me being here, this is my first time at the powwow, the Shinnecock powwow, and I just feel all the love. I feel all the energy. It's a great thing. And, I even heard a gentleman say to me, I have to even do some more research for myself because I might even have some cousins here, family, relatives. So it's a beautiful thing to be here. And to allude on the point you said about continuing that tradition, that's something that I feel like has to be instilled. Can you just talk more about the tradition of your tribe and how long it's been here?
Well, we're Shinnecock. Our tribe, as I said, my family was mostly based on Little Neck, Northern Boulevard, Little Neck Parkway. That was like where my family came from there. And the sad part is that the Freedom of Religion Act, so up until, the late 70s, we were not allowed to practice our traditions and our religion. So everything had to be done quiet and underground. So this is the new time. This is a time when we really can come out here, and meet with each other and practice some of the old things and make sure that we teach the younger people by example, like what we're doing. Having the kids come up and dance with us, doing the songs, doing like all the old things, having like the corn stuff and having the clam stuff and realizing like this is what we did in a modern sense, but this is what we did hundreds of years ago. The Shinnecock came out to visit our cousins, the Shinnecocks. Years ago, it was like, years before me, it was like they took boats and they came out here in wagons and whatever. And they met and they had clams and they had drinks and they danced and they music and they traded things back and forth. So keeping that tradition alive, that even though we're like the other generations, we still remember like this is what we're doing with our cousins and passing it on,
Yeah, that lineage and just that whole, energy and lifeline and bloodline coming through. It just shows you the importance of how you can, no matter what is going on, be grounded. Because when you have that foundation, you see the world, but you see it from the world view of being here for centuries. So your whole feeling, your whole connection to this earth is different. So that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
And realizing we hear history, we see history, they tell us about history. But do they tell us about the whole history, about the real history, about the true history? Simple things. How many people know that the Declaration of Independence of the United States comes from the Iroquois Confederacy?
I didn't know that.
Oh, really? Little quick type of things. The Iroquois Confederacy met, and they started off their meeting, and a scribe was there because they liked the way he wrote. He was a scribe for Benjamin Franklin, and Benjamin Franklin was there. And they started off their meeting with, "We the people have gathered here." So does that sound familiar?
That sounds very familiar.
And in the meeting, this is like the story's been passed down, it's documented, the Mohawks were very fierce. They went and they took an arrow and they went to each tribe. We have fought the Cayuga and won. We have fought the Onondaga and won. We have fought, and they went to each of the tribes. And then they took the 13 arrows and they put them together and said, but even us, the mighty Mohawk, cannot break a union. And I might be smart, but if you look on a dollar bill, what do you see? the great messenger, and 13 arrows.
There's a lot of symbolism in just how they can, take a culture and a tradition and kind of like influence people to think that they created it. And it's just this whole land. Even like a lot of the lands in the block that we see in Long Island is based off of Indian tribes and things like that. So it's just great to meet, other like-minded people who are familiar with your tradition, know the tradition, want to pass it on. So, and thank you for that knowledge.
Thank you
For that knowledge.
you.
Is there anything else that you want to say? Just at least maybe something that people don't know, or anything you want to leave the
I
people
would
with?
say that, like, whenever you get an opportunity, go to a powwow, talk to people. You see, it's a great time.
Yeah,
it's
the
good
powwow
food.
is
It's
so
fun.
fun.
Yeah, it's fun, and people really miss that. And it's not a formal thing. There is formal stuff, but it's not a formal thing. It's really people getting together to learn and trade and have a good time. So thank you for coming.
We're having a great. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you for the great hospitality. This has been awesome.
I wanna make it